Hello, and welcome to another edition of Ben Wilkoff Debriefs the Transition. Today, I want to focus on the conversation about space. We touched on it a little bit at the retreat, but just in passing. We've spent a couple of program directors meetings, at least portions of them, talking about space, what we need, how we could use it better. But the focus of this debrief is actually not about the program director conversation. It's about what happened when Kevin asked someone who was just walking by to come in and provide us feedback. And that person happened to be Andre, and he provided us feedback around how P20 directors, or at least he as a P20 director, sees the usefulness of collaborative space. He talked about how he sees a groundhog or prairie dog culture within the cubicles and how that really is not the best use of those spaces. He talked about how when the learning community members come together into a collaborative space like Tori's or Vygotsky or something like that, that there is a lot of value because there is a purpose in coming together and collaborating, but that there isn't actually intentional collaboration happening in the learning community cubicles. And he wanted to see if there was a way to create that kind of intentional collaboration, but not amongst the learning community members. Rather, he sees a huge value in Java-like collisions or collaborations or chance meetings where folks like personalized learning partners could be together in a space, or PWR partners could be together in a space, or folks from, I guess MTSS is kind of already in their own space, but essentially like that there could be these different teams that are Java-like roles together rather than the cubes the way that they are structured around learning communities. And until Kevin and the rest of the program directors asked him about this, I think we had this assumption that they would want to keep the learning communities as is. And that assumption turns out to be wrong. He said that we are missing connections because there is not time and space for Java-likes to be together without a agenda. And that because of the way we are situated in a central location in the district, we need to have that Java-like time. And so he was advocating for more Java-like time and not going back to a system of Java-likes that has existed before, but to create and design one that would benefit a team in becoming a team. Because there's always learning community time that could come together to support schools, but that actually being able to share across learning communities in Java-likes was maybe even more valuable. He talked about missed connections, the missing connection between Java-like roles that is he currently identifies, and I think I would identify too in a number of our roles. And so I wanted to ask each of you to think about what are the misconnections, the conversations that we are not having right now because we are not in a shared space. Because the program directors are mostly on the second floor or in another building. And all of the EdTech coaches, personalized learning partners, that you are all distributed across learning communities. And so I'm really intrigued by what are the conversations that we are not having? What are the conversations that we could be having if we were going to stop having misconnections, if we were going to be in close proximity to one another and that we could support one another, not that we would be in those locations all of the time, but that there would be a lot more cross-collaboration almost by accident, right? That's why co-working works. That's why, having spaces where there is, where there is intentional placement of people with similar roles and similar needs that they could start sharing more across. So that's a question to you. What are the missing connections and missing conversations that we are not having by separating out? Even though you might sit on a community, what are the missing connections, missing conversations that we could tackle if we were in closer proximity? And until Andre sort of said those magical words, I hadn't even thought that that was an option for us. And now I see it as something that we could do, that we could maybe propose. And I want to talk about what would be the benefits of that. What are we going to do better, differently, more if we have that opportunity? So that's what I'm thinking about. Hopefully it's something that we can transition and talk through. I hope you have a great day of teaching, learning, creating, and doing. Talk to you soon.